Right, so what is up guys, SDPeasy here and welcome back to another episode of Lampard's Lounge. Today we are here for the win over Burnley. We managed to win 4-2 in that game. A lot of impressive things, some not so impressive things, but a lot of positives obviously coming from that game. I was really happy with the way it played out, and obviously it was really important to get that. It was a very different sort of challenge to the Ajax away win. Very different sort of game, a very different sort of opponent, but also just as difficult. So I was very happy to get a good win away there, and obviously make it 7 wins on the bounce. So let's have a look at the team sheets and go through what I thought of them. So the Burnley team started out with the 4-4-2. I actually do quite like a lot of their players. Obviously Tarkowski and me, we all know, are very good centre-backs. Very surprised they're still there, both of them especially. Obviously Nick Pope being a very good keeper, obviously an England goalkeeper. I liked Dwight McNeil, their new, as a young player. He's quite new to the scene, but I liked him a lot. He seemed very good. From what he did in the game. Obviously I've watched a few other games where the Burnley have played recently, and he's looked good. He can cross the ball very well, and obviously he did score, obviously with a deflection, quite a good finish. Obviously Jay Rodriguez scored an absolute banger, like you can't even deny it, and obviously at this point when they got 2 back I was a little bit worried, but obviously it was a little bit too late for them, us being already 4-0 up in the it's the 89th minute now, so I was a little bit worried, but not terribly. But in general I like their team. Obviously, Matty Vidra coming on, absolute legend. Robbie Brady's a good player as well. And I like Ashley Barnes, the striker. He's just a very sort of old-fashioned England striker, just bullies people. So I like watching him as well. Onto the Chelsea team in a 4-2-3-1. I was very happy with the team. Obviously, I thought maybe Emerson might play. I was a bit surprised that Alonso kept his place, but once again he played well, and you can't really argue with the fact that he keeps his place. He has been really good while Emerson has been injured, so you can't argue with it too much. I also like that Reece James got a good half an hour there. I thought he was good when he came on. He was like really good. He cleared up a lot of times, played some nice little bits of football, which is nice to see. I like to see that he gets minutes, even if he's not starting. At least he gets some minutes in the games. And he's getting his opportunities to show why he is such a good player and why he should be making that starting 11 sometimes very soon. Obviously, the attack I was very happy with, in a way. Now, for weeks on weeks on weeks, I've been asking Pulisic to start. Now, finally, obviously, Pulisic did start, and he ended up going and scoring a hat-trick and having a fantastic game. Easily the best player on the pitch. But I didn't mean drop Hudson-Odoi to start Pulisic. I meant drop Willian. Like, why is Willian still starting now? I understand that Hudson-Odoi is only just back from a long-term injury and maybe can't play 2 games a week at the minute with fitness. But if that's the case, then Willian shouldn't start against Man United in the Cup. It should be Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, if that's how it works. I know it won't be. I know that Willian will definitely start that game with one of the two, and I would have suggested it would probably be Pulisic, which is just wrong. I know he did score again, but I'm just not a fan of Willian. I don't like him as a player. I just think he gives the ball away too much. He's too much of a liability. He doesn't work hard. It's just not for me. Obviously, I know he scored a good goal again, so fair play to him. I like the midfield 3. Again, I like Mount sitting in front of them. That's quite nice to see. And obviously, Tammy played well again. Obviously, not scoring a goal, but he just plays well. He holds the ball up. He does what you want from a striker, so you can't complain. Obviously, Hudson-Odoi came off the bench, did well. Reece James did really well, and Giroud sort of just added a general sort of impact. Didn't actually do much when he came on, so I was a bit surprised that he did. Hudson-Odoi very harshly booked, I thought, for diving. I wouldn't say he dived. I don't know, maybe. I wouldn't have said he dived. I thought there wasn't enough contact to be a penalty, but that doesn't mean he automatically dived. So maybe done very harshly to be booked there for simulation, in my opinion. So, on to my positives and negatives of game week 10 there. Positives, obviously, Captain America, absolutely fantastic Pulisic, a perfect hat-trick, right foot, left foot, header, even if the header was literally off the back of his head and he didn't know anything about it. At least he was there jumping for it. Mason Mount with a great cross for that. I thought just in general he was really nice to watch play. This is what I've been asking for, because he's the kind of player that isn't scared to have a shot. He will drive, and he drives at defence. He doesn't want to play a pass. He will just run at you, try and take you on, and score, which he did twice. His first goal was absolutely excellent. Literally just the ball was nicked back and he's ran at a defender, nice little step over, knocked it straight back across the keeper. He's got no chance. It's a fantastic goal. His second one obviously does take a deflection, but I feel like it was a good effort anyway. It was probably on target anyway, obviously, which is why he got credited with it. And obviously the header for the hat-trick at the end there. All he has to do really is get something on it because it's got enough pace on the cross and it just knocks it in. It was fantastic. Man of the match easily. and finally you get to see what I keep talking about when I say he should be playing. Finally got to play, so hopefully now he stays in the team and he keeps playing because he deserves to. An unsung hero for me in this Chelsea team, Mateo Kovacic. He's brilliant. Like, in terms of winning the ball back as a midfielder, please name me a better midfielder in the Premier League for winning the ball back. I don't see it. He's brilliant, man. Like, he's such an unsung player in that team. He does the simple stuff right. Plays a nice pass, wins the ball. Plays a nice pass. He just does the very simple stuff very well. And really ticks the team over. Him and Jorginho at sort of the register roles playing together is lovely to see, man. It's really good. Obviously, we've got Kante and Loftus-Cheek coming to that midfield, so I don't know whether he'll keep his place. I don't know. I think there'll be a lot of rotation between them four for the midfield three. Obviously, Mason Mount dropping in now, so there's a lot of squad rotation, which is nice to see. It's battling for position, which is always a good thing because it improves every player. And also, I know Rudiger is still to come back, but Zuma and Tomori is becoming a bit of a force as a centre-back partnership. Like, it just is. Now, as much as I want Rudiger to come in and play, obviously when he comes back, I feel like he does replace Zuma. If he replaces anyone, I feel like Tomori is the better of the two. But between them, they're coming up with a hell of a partnership, really. They just play well off of each other. Tomori just see it to clean up everything. Zuma just deal with everything that comes to them. Yeah, I mean, in terms of a partnership, I'm very happy with that, especially considering Rudiger's not even there. So it's nice to see that they've got a partnership between them without even our main centre-back playing. And obviously, it's obviously good to get 7 wins on the bounce, which is fantastic across all competitions. Obviously, coming on from the Grimsby 7-1 win in the Cup. Now, that leaves us in great state to go forward into that Man United midweek game in the Cup and smash Man United, because at the minute they are very vulnerable. Hopefully Norwich get a nice little result against them today, and that leaves them even more vulnerable for the Cup game. I do actually fancy Norwich, so hopefully the 7 wins brings us into 8 and we can take Man United apart in that Cup game. I feel like it'll be a much tougher game than maybe people expect, but hopefully we can get through that. So obviously it's very nice to have 7 wins on the bounce, and Lampard seems to be really hitting a nice stride with this team, so let's keep it up. The only one negative, and because we played so well until the last 10 minutes, concentration seemed to just drop off. Like, they just seemed to take the foot off the gas and just sort of say, "Oh, we've won now." And it was like, you can't do that in the Premier League, because if you do that against another good team, if you do that against your City, your Liverpool, your Spurs, Arsenal, if you do that against any of them, you're in trouble. Like, they're gonna get Burnley scored 2 goals in the last 4 minutes. Like, if we weren't 4-0 up, you've thrown a game away there. Like, that's not good. The concentration needs to be better, because it was pretty poor how we just sort of dropped off and just stopped playing for the last sort of 10 minutes. Not good enough, but obviously at 4-0 it doesn't matter. But you've got to think, if that's not 4-0, if we're only winning 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1, that's a big problem. Overall, though, a completely fantastic performance. Can't really have too many negatives because we were absolutely brilliant. Obviously, Pulisic ran the show. It's what I've been looking to see, and thankfully Lampard gave him his chance, and he's finally been given that opportunity. He's bagged a hat-trick. You love to see it. You just can't complain about that. So that's another episode of Lampard's Lounge down. Obviously, midweek we have Man United in the Cup, so hopefully we can go forward into that and get another win, go through to the next round of the Cup. But if you have enjoyed, thank you very much for watching another episode of Lampard's Lounge. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Hopefully we can hit 5 likes on this and keep support going on this series. Subscribe if you are new around here and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on an upload. I upload every single day at 6 PM, and then some days you even get double uploads, a couple of live streams here and there.
Feels like
plenty of series going on in a minute, so you'll be missing out if you don't subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and peace.
Yeah, with your friends posted in the club. I was there by chance and looking for love. Armor on your heart, we don't use a glove. Told me, but you better finish if it's starting some. For every chance I get, you ain't giving up. For every human being, there's another one. For me, by -3, cause you are the one.